Opening Harriet Space Park for our Mighty Mike Red Raiders.
Good morning and welcome to Harriet Space Park here in Huguenot, New York, town of Deer Park, as we kick off the home opener of the Port Jervis Youth Football League. Good morning, everyone. Tom Fagione with you, along with my co-host for the game,
Anthony Theodore,
as we get set for Port Jervis Mighty Mite football action. The Mighty Mite Raiders take on the Mighty Mites of Washingtonville. Game time temperature 67 degrees right now. A little bit of overcast in the skies, but not to be deterred. It was a great opening ceremony as Port Jervis kicks off their home opener here at Harriet Space Park. The home opener ceremonies included all the teams from the Port Jervis Youth Football League being announced along with the cheerleaders. And we are set here this morning to call all the action. We're listening live right now on YouTube. We're also streaming online, and we're going to download this for all of our listeners to listen at home tonight after the game. The captains for Washingtonville and for Port Jervis are on the field right now as they get set, and I believe Washingtonville will receive the opening kickoff. Referees finishing up all their details. Anthony, big game this morning for the Mighty Mites of Port Jervis. You were once a Mighty Mite yourself. What's the feeling going through those kids right now?
There can be some big kids, but not all. Some people, it's kind of scary for some people because it's some of their first years, and most of them try their best, and they have fun.
Anthony, you played here in Port Jervis Youth Football as a Mighty Mite a couple years ago. What was it like for you, that first game, getting ready to play?
I was kind of nervous. I thought I was going to get hurt, but after all, I had good teammates that helped me up, and I had a good game.
All right. You play on the D2 Raiders today, correct?
Yep.
And you're set for your home opener. I'm sure you got a little bit of butterflies going through right now yourself, right?
Yep. Second game.
Second game of the season. We'll talk about the game last week. We are sitting in the brand new press box here at Harriet Space Park. This press box was assembled thanks to the volunteer efforts of so many of our community members and local businesses, as well as the town of Deer Park. And we want to thank all of them for making this happen. It is a great view as we are sitting right here at the 50-yard line. Mighty Mite football, it is 11-man football, 11 Raiders out there against 11 Washingtonville Wizards. But a little addition as both head coaches are on the field for the teams. This is a developmental league, the D2. Or check that, the Mighty Mites, as most of these kids, this is the first time they've ever played football, organized football. Port Jervis clad in their black helmets with a brand new Port logo, black and red jerseys, and black pants. The Washingtonville Wizards come on their road blues with yellow numbers and blue helmets. Washingtonville will start on offense. The Port Raiders will take the defense. Jimmy Hendry, head coach of the Raiders, giving out his last bit of instructions as he is set to get his team started in their season here. We're going to talk more about the players for Port Jervis throughout the game. Anthony, you're going to give me all your insight and analysis as well. And here we go. The first play from the line of scrimmage. Washingtonville will have the ball on offense. They line up in a dead T fullback position. Two backs split in the backfield.
The Wizards will be behind quarterback number 25. Fitzgerald.
All right, things are underway as Washingtonville gets ready to snap the ball. Center snap, hands off to the tailback. Tailback takes it off the left side, looks for some open field, and he is taken for a loss. Tackled on the play by Port Jervis, number 16, Landon Snyder. Big hit, Landon Snyder, for the Port Jervis secondary. Second down now for Washingtonville. How about that open field tackle by Snyder?
Tried getting outside, but 16 contained the outside.
First play went
All right, second down now for Washingtonville. A small gain on the play as they move the ball into Port territory. 2nd and 10 from the Port 49-yard line. What a tackle by Landon Snyder, stepping up from his cornerback position. He's ready for the game today.
Keep my eyes on the ball.
All right, quarterback for Washingtonville, number 25, and that is Mason Fitzgerald. He's calling the signals. Full house backfield. Port Jervis showing a 4-4 defensive look. Handoff goes to the tailback. He takes it off right side, cuts to the outside, got some open grass, taken down on the play with a big tackle. Number 11, Justin Jones for Port Jervis. Jones on the big tackle, not after a big gain by Washingtonville. Nice play by Jones on the defensive secondary, huh? Bring up a third down now for Washingtonville at the Port Jervis 41-yard line. Just underway here. Mighty Might football action. Port Jervis Raiders taking on the Washingtonville Wizards. Ball marked at the 41-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the play. Coach Jimmy Hendry aligning his defensive players, giving some last-minute tips and suggestions to his down linemen as they get set. One of the great things about this youth football Mighty Might division is the fact that the players are coached by the coaches on the field as well. And it's something to help these young guys. Some of these guys have never put a helmet on before in their lives.
Looks like a 4-4 defense from the Raiders.
There you go, 4-4 defense for the Raiders. And again, the snap goes to number 17, Fitzgerald. He tries to cut outside. Who's out there again? It's number 16, Landon Snyder.
Number 7, Benjamin Rivera.
And Ben Rivera with a nice tackle. Nice tackle by Rivera on the outside. What a tackle by Rivera in the open field, huh?
Mm-hmm. Came up behind him and grabbed legs.
So no first downs to worry about here in Mighty Might football as both teams get a chance to just learn their positions. Coming out for Port Jervis now on the field, number 34 for the Raiders, and that is Nicholas Sargente. He's going to get a spot at the left defensive tackle position. Just outside him, the defensive end, is number 13, Sean Franick.
Number 45, Danson.
Yeah, well, these guys are excited. It's opening day as Port Jervis kicks off their home opener here. Cornerback for Port Jervis, number 14, Nicholas Lopez. He looks pumped back there. We'll get the alignment as they get set here. One of the inside linebackers, Benjamin Rivera, made a big hit on that last play as he's set off to the right. Washingtonville, very deliberate coming out of the huddle right now.
Same formation every place.
Well, they're young guys learning. Back in the backfield, quarterback number 25, and that is Mason Fitzgerald. He's looking over the defense, looking at that 4-4 Port Jervis defense. And here comes the snap. Fitzgerald calls for the snap, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Ball's going to number 26, Jaden Marrero. Marrero cuts outside, but boy, what a tackle made by Justin Jones. Justin Jones, a big open field tackle, stops the touchdown. Justin Jones with the tackle for the Mighty Mites.
But big yard game.
Yeah, but how about that open field tackle from Jones? Just underway here. No score in this Mighty Mite game. Washingtonville with their first possession of the morning. Port Jervis defense kind of maybe a little bit of a huddle as Coach Jimmy Hendry aligning the defense accordingly. Nicholas Sargente getting pushed to the outside just a little bit. Of course, out in the backfield, number 14, Nicholas Lopez. He's getting aligned, as well as number 45, Damian Moore. Well, Port Jervis with a little defensive shift there as they get things set here. Mason Maestro, number 6, is the inside linebacker. He's looking hungry and ready to play today. As we mentioned, just underway here at Harriet Space Park, Port Jervis Youth Football Mighty Mites taking on the Washingtonville Wizards.
Back on the center for the Wizards.
The Wizards still have the ball. Again, a full house backfield. Snap goes to the deep back. He's cutting to the outside. Lots of green space out there. And once again, down on the play, Justin Jones. He's all over the field tonight, this afternoon, for the Raiders. What a hit by Jones.
Got held down by number 16, Landon Snyder, and then Justin came to finish it out.
Yeah, that's good teamwork right there. As one guy sets up the other. Defensive positioning change right now going to the sideline. Silas Decker being spelled by number 77, George Reyes Torres. That's George Torres, my good buddy. I got his older brother Ray in mind, as Ray was once a star player here as well. Nice to see George out there, double sevens, getting set and ready to play. Washingtonville still has the ball as their offense is breaking the huddle.
About the 20-yard line.
There you go. Just underway here at Harriet Space Park. No score in the Mighty Mites game. Washingtonville now with only one back in the backfield. Fitzgerald still at quarterback. He takes the center snap at the line of scrimmage.
Close to the 20-yard.
First and 10. He drops back. He hands it off to the inside back. 36 cuts upfield. Fumble on the play. A host of Raiders looking to try to pick up the ball, but the ball is recovered by Washingtonville. Big hit on the play by number 45, Damian Moore, for the Raiders.
Justin Jones again in the tackle, too.
No score here at Port Jervis Youth Football League as the Mighty Mites take on the Washingtonville Wizards. Opening day, not opening day of the season, but the home opener for the Port Jervis Raiders, all youth divisions. We have a triple header lined up today. Mighty Mites right now, coming up after the Mighty Mites, the D1 Raiders, and then after the D1 Raiders, D2 Raider action, all here at Harriet Space Park. Truly a field of dreams here as we are calling this game online. As you can tune in and listen to us online. You can also listen to us tonight as we download and make this broadcast available to all the moms and dads who are here. And a very, very strong crowd here. The Raiders always pack the seats at Harriet Space Park. That's Port's defense out right now. Fitzgerald takes the snap from Washingtonville, and it's an end around. Lots of green grass, but the defense collapses quickly on the ball carrier, leading the charge. Number 7, Benjamin Rivera for the Raiders. Stopped what looked like a Washingtonville touchdown. Big play by Rivera. Raiders still out on defense. As Port Jervis Mighty Mites in action here at Harriet Space Park. Anthony Theodore, D2. What position you play, Anthony?
Quarterback and safety.
Quarterback and safety. Anthony is my co-host here for the Mighty Mite game. We won't let you call the D2 game because you got to play in the D2 game, right?
Yep.
Are you excited for today?
Yeah, I am.
Outstanding.
We got a good team, good running backs, and a good line.
Oh, that's all that you need right there. How'd you guys do last week?
We won 28-7.
28-7. Who'd you play last week?
Washingtonville Wizards.
Ooh, you beat Washingtonville last week. Good to hear. And you had a good game, and everybody had a lot of fun?
Today we play Washingtonville Wizards Gold.
So a whole new roster for Washingtonville. Not the same team you played last week.
Fitzgerald back under center.
Washingtonville still with the ball here in the Mighty Mites game. Keeper himself on the outside, and there's nothing but Pater in front of him. Oh, what a big hit by the Raider defense, coming up big from the secondary for Port Jervis. That is number 16, Landon Snyder. Again, we've called his name several times in this first series. Big hit from Snyder. Nice play from Washingtonville as they run the fake with the quarterback. Port's defense seemed to be overplaying that, but it was Snyder who came back to make the tackle. Nice play by the Raiders here. Still no score in this Mighty Mites game, but at this age level, first-time players, the score is not as important as learning your position, getting in the right stance, knowing the cadence, and actually following through with the play. So we're not going to worry so much about the score. We're worried more about having fun and learning this great sport of football. Washingtonville with some substitutional changes as well. 2 players to the bench here. We are on the away side of this Harriet Space Park field in the brand new press box. So many people to thank about that. Charlotte Van Horn and others really came through big during the offseason to create this beautiful press box. I've called high school football games for more than 25 years, and I will tell you that without a doubt, this is the best press box we have ever watched a football game in, and I'm glad to be here with you guys today. Washingtonville now with the ball deep inside Port territory at the goal line. Full house backfield again. Washingtonville takes the ball to the left side. Missed up, hand up. Port Jervis' defense collapsed on the play, and a big hit at the line of scrimmage.
Multiple players tackling.
And I think Landon Polanis, number 23, was the initial
The initial tackle
Raider.
made by number 23, Landon Tablanis.
And then the rest of his teammates circled around him. Good defensive stand now for the Raiders as Washingtonville scratching at the goal line for Port Jervis. All right, and complete substitutional changes now, as I believe we are going to have a timeout on the field as Port Jervis sending all their players to the sideline. Check that slight injury on the field for Washingtonville. One of the players a little bit slow to get up. Check his number, and I believe that is Donovan Amatuli, as Donovan looks like he kind of scraped his knee up a little bit, but he's fine, and to the sideline he comes. Breaking the action here with no score as the Washingtonville Wizards come to the sidelines for a little bit of water. Port Jervis the same way on the other side as they're going to switch things up. Port Jervis will now take over on offense. We get to see this high-powered.
Hey, Tom, have you ever played football before in your lifetime?
Anthony, I'm glad you asked. I played football a long, long time ago, way back before the internet, way back before cell phones, a long time ago. Yeah, I did. I played high school football here in Port Jervis. I had a great time, and I've been associated with the program off and on since. I coached for a little bit, and I've been broadcasting the high school football games now for 25 years. We broadcast high school football on the local radio station, and now we do it on the internet as well. My broadcast partner, my guru, my buddy, Kevin Halpany, and I, we bring the games live on Friday nights when they're on Friday, and even live on Saturday when they're on Saturday, and that's why we're here today. We're here to promote youth football, and these young Mighty Mite players are the future Raiders, the future varsity players, and it's great to see them out on the field today.
Do you remember what position you played?
I sure do. I played linebacker on the high school team. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good either, but I had a lot of fun, and I learned a lot about being a good teammate and working hard.
Linebacker is an important position.
You know a little bit about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, to all our listeners at home, thank you guys for joining us. We're having a lot of fun this morning. This is our first foray into youth football on the internet. Want to hear your feedback? You guys can always text me, drop me a message on social media. We're going to make this available for download tonight as well.
Quarterback 11, Justin Jones on the Raiders.
And there you go. Port Jervis' offense now set to take the field. The Mighty Mites, boy, do they have an offense. Jones at the quarterback position. He's a second year. His older brother, Maddox, is on D2, and he's an exceptional athlete. We look forward to seeing Jones at that quarterback position for the Raiders. They like to run this wing offense. Coach Hendry getting things set up right now. I talked to him before the game, and I said, Coach, what's your excitement level? He goes, well, I just got to get the kids to just want to play football today. They want to kind of run around in the grass and have some fun, and he wants to get them motivated for the game. So they're getting ready now. I tell you what, once that ball is in front of you and you get in the lineup, it's time to go.
Number 14, Nicholas Lopez at the running back position.
And Port Jervis likes to run from the shotgun in Mighty Mite football. Anthony Theodore with me. Anthony, these young guys from the shotgun, that's not easy, is it?
They have a good center.
And Port Jervis aligns it up. Wing back to the right, slot back to the right, single back in the backfield. It's a snap straight to the quarterback, Jones. He cuts to the outside to the right. Nice block downfield, and there's nothing but green grass in front of Jones. Takes it from the 50 down to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and Jones is in for the touchdown for the Mighty Mite Raiders.
First play on offense.
How about that? Port Jervis scores on their first touch. Justin Jones takes it in 50 yards for the Raiders score.
Just remember, they're still on offense because it's Mighty Mites.
That's right. What a great play. It was a high snap, and Justin Jones cuts it up to the right side. Nice block on the outside, and it was all Jones downfield with the big 50-yard touchdown.
Everyone was blocked by their man perfectly. He had wide open space right into the hole.
Boy, Anthony, you've probably scored a few touchdowns in your career. What's it feel like?
It feels good when you score. At the end, if you're losing, it feels good to pump up your players. They start getting better and excited, so they start trying more.
Mason Maestro, number 6. He's the center for the Raiders. He's going to snap the ball deep to Justin Jones, number 11, the quarterback. Jimmy Hendry, head coach, giving out the instructions. 14 deep in the backfield. Nicholas Lopez, single back in the backfield as Port Jervis's Mighty Mites runs that single back shotgun offense, wing off to the right, Rivera the right tight end, and a slot back to the right. Once again, Port with that same offensive set in the last play, they scored on a 50-yard touchdown, first play from scrimmage. Jones looks over the defense, calls a snap. He's going to take it himself. Nope, he's going to shovel pass it. Pass is incomplete, intended for Rivera.
Just a little short.
Benjamin Rivera just a little bit further downfield, as that was an incomplete pass.
It was wide open, too. That would have been a great play if he caught it.
Absolutely. So Jones to Rivera. No good on the second play of offense for the Raiders. We don't worry about down and distance in the Mighty Mites. It's about actual play and learning how to play. Next game we're going to have is the D1 game, and that's when things get really intense, don't they?
Yeah.
Start playing harder, hitting harder.
Mm-hmm. But you got to learn somewhere, right, Anthony?
Yep.
And this is where you learn as the Mighty Mites. Port Jervis's offense, linemen out of the huddle. They are at the 50-yard line, at the line of scrimmage. Jones now in the backfield, single back behind him. Of course, that would be Rivera.
We have
Now the wide out split to the left for the Raiders. Lopez is the slot back. And I think Schneider is the wing back. Again, that center is number 6 for the Raiders. Mason Maestro has to high snap again to Lopez. Now Lopez cuts it to the outside left, got a block downfield, cuts it back outside. Nice run by the running back for Port Jervis. Pickup of about 8 on the play for Justin Lopez.
Justin Jones, number 11, with the block to bring him downfield.
And it was Nicholas Lopez on. Was it Nicholas Lopez? No, check that. It was, yeah, Nicholas Lopez, number 14 on the carry. As he picks up 8 on the play. Coach Hendry in the huddle now with his players. Linemen break the huddle. They are at the line of scrimmage. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's Matt I, the assistant coach. It could be, who is giving out the instructions to the Raider linemen. Spearheading that line, of course, is the center, Mason Maestro. Also out there, number 77, Big George Torres. He and some of his mates out there include number 55, Mitchell Conklin. He's at the left guard position. And Carter Campbell out there, number 22 for the Raiders. All right, second down now for the Raiders. High snap from center. It's going to be a pass. Pass is thrown to number 15, and that is Charlie Hendry. Charlie Hendry with the reception. Small gain on the play. Nice to see the passing game in full effect at Mighty Mite football.
Tackled by a crowd of Wizards.
Well, that pass kind of hung out there just a little bit. Charlie Hendry took the brunt of that, but he made the catch. You know, being a Mighty Mite and being a receiver, you never think you're really going to get that pass thrown to you, but that's not the case here. It's this Port Jervis offense really likes to spread things out and open it up.
Raiders going up to the line. Still in shotgun.
All right. Mighty Mite action here as the Raiders still on offense.
And pistol formation right now.
How about that? Single back deep in the backfield. Hendry split to the right. Pitch goes. Handoff to number 16, Landon Snyder. He cuts to the left. Now he cuts back. Flag on the play as the play seemed to fall apart at the line of scrimmage.
Number 7, Benjamin Rivera, knocking his player over and going to get more.
Looks like it's going to be a hold on the inside of the line of the Raiders. That'll be assessed against Port Jervis. Head referee Red Hosan out there calling the penalties as necessary. So a hold penalty against the Raiders brings up another down for the Raiders. Brendan Renee, right tackle, breaks the huddle. He joins Rivera to the right. Conklin's on the left. Maestro at the center spot as the Raider offensive line gets set. Jones quarterbacking, getting the final instructions from head coach Jimmy Hendry. Breaks the huddle. In the backfield, of course, is Nicholas Lopez. Split right, Charlie Hendry.
Number 14 looks confused. Hopefully
Nicholas Lopez just trying to figure out where to go. Jones knows where to go. He's the quarterback. He's in shotgun. Right behind the center. Off of him is Lopez to the right. Jones takes the snap, looks to throw, chucks it high, and is
Just stopped it.
toss is high in the air, and Rivera unable to bring it down.
In his hand.
Yeah, hit him right in the hands, huh?
Yeah. Good pass by Justin.
Boy, it's great to see these young guys throwing the ball here in Mighty Mite football. Talking to Coach Hendry, he says he loves to throw the ball in the air. Port Jervis Mighty Mites run a modified Delaware wing tee offense, and exclusively from the shotgun formation. 21 players on the team, and each one of them really enjoys this type of offense. Coaches call the plays on the field, as we mentioned, and audibles, as well as receiver routes.
Don't forget about the line, though. They're doing great, knocking their players over.
Absolutely. Mitchell Conklin getting some final instructions as to his footwork. He's at the left guard position.
Number 84.
And that's Isaiah Green. He's out there as well for the Mighty Mites. There we go. Jones at quarterback. Single back in the backfield. That's Lopez. Bad snap at the line of scrimmage. And the ball is whistled dead. In the backfield now for the Raiders is Isaiah Green. Isaiah Green is the quarterback for the Mighty Mites. Now, as he gets some snaps behind the line of scrimmage. Port Jervis now with another down at the Washingtonville 45-yard line. And it is Green at quarterback. High snap goes to Green. He fumbles the ball at the line of scrimmage, and he's on the knee. Ball will be whistled dead at the line of scrimmage. So Maestro and Green not having such a luck at the center quarterback snap. That snap from the shotgun position for Maestro, not an easy thing to do as a young offensive lineman. Isaiah Green still at quarterback. Charlie Hendry now split to the right. In the backfield as well, Landon Snyder, number 16, and of course, Justin Jones, number 11. Mighty Mite action here at Harriet Space Park, the home opener for the Port Jervis Raider Youth Football Program.
Green in the backfield. Another bad snap.
Fumbled.
He takes the ball.
Again.
Fumble snap, dead at the line of scrimmage as number 84 again, Isaiah Green, having some troubles in the backfield. Not so much his fault.
It was the snap was too high above his head. He tried catching.
It's not easy. We've talked about it throughout this morning. That center snap to the shotgun position, not easy. Isaiah Green now split to the right as he'll be the main back in the backfield. Jones back in quarterback. Split wide right, Charlie Hendry. He's offset Rivera, who's the tight end. Tight slot on the play for the Raiders. They run, most of their offense seems to run to the right side. That's their power side of the offense. And it's Jones calling the signals. Takes a high snap. He's going to cut it outside. Isaiah Green with a nice block downfield. Flag on the play. Jones cuts back. Is able to get upfield. Pick up to about 8 on the play before he's tackled by number 26 for Washingtonville. And that is Jaden Marrero. Marrero a little bit slow coming up. Flag on the play at the line of scrimmage. We see a flag like that, Theodore. You know what that means. More times than not, going to be a holding penalty. Both teams now to the sidelines as they will switch things up. Washingtonville will take back over on offense, and the Raider defense will come out. 61 degrees outside right now here at Harriet Space Park. Port Jervis Youth Football League action. Mighty Mite taking on the Washingtonville Wizards. First game here of the season at Harriet Space Park. Boy, what a great opening ceremony this morning as Port Jervis honored all the divisions of football. Varsity and JV players were on hand, as well as varsity and JV cheerleaders celebrating the start of the Youth Football League season. We had dignitaries, including the Orange County District Attorney,
Looks like halftime right
the
now.
town supervisor, as well as the mayor of the city of Port Jervis here to celebrate the start of the season. And I think you're right, Anthony. We're going to call for halftime right now. We're going to take a break in the action now. We'll be back as we discuss a little bit of the first half action and talk more about what's going on. As you are listening to Port Jervis Youth Football League action here at Harriet Space Park as the Raiders taking on the Washingtonville Wizards. All All right. So what's your plan? You going to stay for the rest of the second half?
I don't,
You wanna
I don't
go?
know because I have to practice soon.
All right. Why don't you, if you want to go, you can get going. Okay? All right. You did good, big guy. Yeah, man. Great.
Wouldn't mind commentating a game or two.
What, you?
Yeah.
You're going to run the camera?
Yeah, I got the camera here.
We'll see what we got to do. We got halftime right
Oh,
now.
I mean, at like some point in my life, you know, I kind of like what you do, you know.
Oh, man. It's a lot of fun. It's not easy. It's a lot of
No,
fun.
it's you got to be involved. You got to know what you're talking about, and yeah, of course.
I heard a rumor that Coach Fred said that we might be we're gonna keep working on this field during the
Field
winter.
is going to get better and better, no doubt.
I like it. I remember before they had everything here, I would have parties here, and it was
Even
lot
though
of divots and
Travis
stuff.
cut a hole in the roof,
what reason?
we had to run wires
Oh,
for that speaker, but we don't need it anymore because that one's too loud and it blows out the whole
so
place.
you needed to do it, and then now it's not necessary.
No.
I like this though. I love the
Yeah. Hector is the perfect.
All right, welcome back. Port Jervis Youth Football League action as the Port Jervis Mighty Mites taking on the Mighty Mites of Washingtonville here. Halftime right now as both teams have retired to their necessary locker rooms. Not so much locker rooms as the teams are just kind of meeting on the sidelines as the coaching staff going to go over some of the changes need to be made in the second half. Speaking of coaches, we want to mention some of the coaches for the Port Jervis Mighty Mites. Head coach is James Hendry. Assistant coaches Travis Van Strander, Chris Sargente, Chris Hollenbeck, Jason Kamar, Chad Snyder, and Mike Conklin. Boy, he's got quite a offensive juggernaut out there on the field, and a lot of that compliment goes to some of the coaching staff there, of course. Port Jervis Mighty Mites, they run a traditional modified wing tee, traditional modified wing tee, exclusively from the shotgun formation, which we saw some of those snaps were a little bit difficult in the second quarter. 21 players on the team. The coaches call the plays on the field, and they also help out with the blocking assignments for the players. Coach Hendry mentions that a lot of his success this year is due to the fact that he has a great athletic ability of his players, including starting quarterback Justin Jones. The Raiders are able to pass with success to all receivers and backs. They can run screens, draws. They can even run a form of the Tim Tebow offense. How about that? He mentions all the players love the games, and attendance in practice is near 100%. And from what I hear, Coach Hendry, he makes football a lot of fun for these guys. And that's what's so important here at the Mighty Mite level of football. So many of these young players have never played football before. And for them to learn how to play at this level, most of these kids maybe don't even know how to put all the gear on. So for Coach Hendry to keep it fun at practice, that's so important. We're going to run down a list of the roster for the Raiders as Port Jervis has 21 players on the squad. Of course, we mentioned number 11, the quarterback, Justin Jones, starting quarterback. He's a second-year player. His older brother, Maddox, is on D2, and he is definitely one of the stars, not only on this team, but all of Orange County youth football. Also on the team, Xavier Coughlin. He's a flanker and quarterback, just a happy-go-lucky kid, quick and agile. He has an older brother on the Port varsity team. In fact, his older brother, we saw him in action last night as Port Jervis hosted Spack and Kill at Gwinnett Field. And including some other players on the team, including Campbell Carter. He's an end and a linebacker. He's got excellent hands, a quality blocker. Most importantly, especially at this level, he listens well at practice. That's so important. We mentioned Mitchell Conklin, number 55. He's an offensive lineman and a defensive tackle. Returning player. This kid, he was born to block. His father was a Raider. His uncles, his cousins were all Raiders, and his brothers, all fine football players. His older brother, Matthew, is on the varsity squad right now, and all of those guys, linemen through and through. So a total lineman from top to bottom, young Mitchell Conklin. Also on the line as well, number 76, check that, number 99, and that's Jordan Conklin. He's a returning player, loves football. This kid comes ready to play. He's also very receptive to the coaching instructions and an excellent blocker. Silas Decker, He's from Eldred. He plays tackle. It's his first year of playing developed football. A fantastic technique. This young player's got a great future ahead of him for football. Brothers Sean and Hunter Franek both play offensive line and also on the defense. Both are first-year players, and it's always great to have your brother on the team. Makes things a lot easier to go into practice and also asking questions about maybe the playbook and other things that are going on the football team. We mentioned Isaiah Green, number 84. He got a lot of chances late in the first half to carry the ball at that quarterback position, but he's also a running back, first-year player, hard hitter. Coach says he is lightning fast. Not to be outshined, number 15, Charlie Hendry, son of the head coach. He's a flanker, and this kid says he wants to play football for forever. He also plays center when need be and has a very good shotgun snap. Quick hands and very good and agile. Paul Holenbach, number 47, is a utility player. It's his first year, and this kid seems to have been born with just that football instinct, something you can't teach. Of course, we mentioned Justin Jones. Nicholas Lopez, number 14. We saw him on the field. Great utility player, quick, good hands, and a strong nose for the football. Mason Maestro, number 6. He's played center for most of this game as he's had some great snaps. Couple ones kind of slipped by him a little bit, but he is a good, strong, and an attentive player. He's a returning player and loves to play football. Damian Moore, number 45. It's his first year. And this kid, he's got the size, he's got the strength, and he's got the attitude. Likes playing football. Brayson Renee, first-year player, football smart, very coachable, and he likes to pull when he's in the offensive line position. We mentioned Benjamin Rivera, number 7. This kid, he's a strong defensive player. We saw him on the offense. Very, very good-looking offensive player. Nick Sargente, number 34. He's a first-year player, quiet, very coachable. Landon Snyder, 16. We've said his name more times than not. He's getting plenty of action out on the field. My man, number 77, George Torres, guard, tackle, defensive tackle. This kid, he is a returning player and a very aggressive blocker. The kid's hungry to mash up people at the line of scrimmage. Cody Van Strander, number 12, first-year player, very strong, really enjoys playing football. And that's so important as a first-year player. Your first impressions of playing youth football have to be positive. If you don't like playing as a first-year player, it's going to be tough for you throughout your career if you want to stick with it. Last but not least is Richard Vincente Miller, first-year player, very talkative, just wants to get out there and have some fun. And that is your Port Jervis Mighty Might roster. In fact, they break the halftime huddle right now. Mitchell Conklin leading the way. He is calling for a huddle at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be Port Jervis ball to start the second half. Coach Jimmy Hendry bringing out his Raider Mighty Mites. All right, Washingtonville, they break the huddle as well, and we are ready now for second half action of Mighty Might football. Port Jervis Raiders taking on the Washingtonville Wizards. Port Jervis going to start things off in the second half with the ball. Back in the backfield for Port Jervis, Justin Jones at quarterback. He'll be offset by Green. He'll be the single back in the backfield. Port Jervis, as we mentioned, they run that modified wing offense. Coach Hendry asking for a second huddle. Landon Snyder back into the huddle to get some instruction as well. And Coach Hendry, he has this really neat chalkboard out there. It's one of those dry erase chalkboards, and he's got 10 different colored markers. He's pointing fingers everywhere, drawing all kinds of diagrams. He's a judge and an attorney. These guys, these smart guys, they just they know how to coach out there. I just hope the kids know what he's writing on that playbook. The next Bill Belichick. I'm sure he'll like that. So Port Jervis breaks the huddle. It's Jones at quarterback. Isaiah Green is the split back, single back in the backfield. Port Jervis employing a very wide set right now. Lined up wide right. Xavier Coughlin. He's the wide right. Snap goes to Jones. He takes it himself. Cuts upfield. Nice blocks downfield. Spin move by Jones at the 40. And he's still going. He found the daylight. To the 20, 10, 5, and touchdown.
Second touchdown of the day. First scrimmage in the second half.
All right, flag on the play, however, as Jones takes it into the end zone. All right, play being called back on a flag downfield, but Jones with some great moves. You know, the first play of offense from Port Jervis in the first half went for a touchdown. First play of offense here on the second half was touchdown, taken back by penalty. So it'll be second down now for the Raiders at the 50-yard line. Ball being set at the 50-yard line as the play being called back on a penalty. Nonetheless, the Raiders are in the huddle and getting ready.
Penalty was on the fly.
So,
brings back the touchdown.
Nice run again by Jones, the quarterback. Benjamin Rivera out there and Brayson Renee with a nice block downfield. I think that's where the flag might have come from, but he made a clean block on the play as Renee really opening things up at the line of scrimmage. Jones breaks the huddle now. Green set off to his right. Coughlin split far right. In the slot right now is Silas Decker. Snap goes to Jones. He's going to take it himself. No, he's going to pass it. Pass goes to Decker. No, Rivera. Rivera makes the catch before being taken down at the 45-yard line. Nice catch by Rivera, the go-to guy in the first half through the air. Seems to be the same guy here in the second half. And that is, of course, number 7, Benjamin Rivera. Coming up after this game will be the D1 Raiders as they host Washingtonville. Action all day here at Harriet Space Park. Mighty Mites now, D1 next, and then D2 Raiders taking on Washingtonville Gold. So full slate of action. We're going to bring it all to you here online all day, having a lot of fun here at Harriet Space Park. Second down now for Port Jervis. Raiders break the huddle. Again, it's Coughlin split far right. Jones at the quarterback, and Green single back in the backfield. Silas Decker, the slot back off to the right. Mason Castro with a nice snap. It goes to Decker on the end around. Blocks are downfield. Nice cut upfield by Decker. Takes it to the 40. He's at the 30, at the 20, and he is going to cut it up to the end zone. Touchdown, Silas Decker on the end around. Nice play as good blocks downfield from the interior lineman, Spring Decker, for the big touchdown. Raider Mighty Mites with the score as we have a official timeout on the field. Slight injury on the play for Washingtonville. It appears that is Mason Yanez, number 9. Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. He'll be spelled by number 88, Jacob Sperling. Port Jervis back to the 50-yard line. They're going to try it again. Mighty Mite football doesn't change possession on the score. It's amount of plays that each team gets that will determine when the offense switches sides. So it's Port Jervis ball once again at the 50-yard line. Mighty Mite action here as the Port Jervis Youth Football League taking on Washingtonville here in opening ceremonies this morning. Now the first game of a triple header at Harriet Space Park. Port Jervis Mighty Mites in the huddle. Head coach Jimmy Hendry laying out the instructions for the Mighty Washingtonville Wizards. They've broken the defensive huddle. They're clad in blue jerseys, yellow numbers with some really bright yellow socks. Port Jervis in their traditional black helmets, red and black jerseys offset by some black pants, and most players wearing either black or red football socks. All right, it's Justin Jones, 11 at the quarterback position. Takes the snap himself. Check that. It is Nicholas Lopez on the keeper himself. Makes a cut up field, and he sees nothing but green grass ahead of him. Nicholas Jones into the end zone. Big touchdown for Nicholas Lopez for the Raiders. Nicholas Lopez, number 14, on the big carry. 50-yard touchdown for the Mighty Mites. And Port Jervis seeming to having their way now, running to the left side of the field, as it was Nicholas Lopez, number 14, with the end around. Umbrellas coming out on the sidelines right now as overcast skies, maybe spitting just a little bit out there. Game time temperature to start, 61 degrees. Forecast for today, mid-60s with some off and on very brief showers. But none of that will dampen the spirits today as Port Jervis celebrating youth football here at Harriet Space Park. Great opening ceremonies, dignitaries, and varsity players and cheerleaders supporting the youth program as things are underway here. Port Jervis making some substitutional changes now. Nicholas Sargente out on the field. He's going to line up as the slot back. Second half action here of Mighty Mites football. What a great day for football.
Yeah.
You having fun?
Yeah.
All right. What's your name, buddy?
Chase Sotelo.
Chase, you don't play football yet?
No.
How old are you, Chase?
9.
9? You going to play maybe next year?
Maybe. I was thinking about it.
All right. But you got brothers and sisters involved in the program,
Yeah.
right? What are your brothers and sisters doing?
One is probably running around here, and the other one went home for a little bit because he has a game tonight at 8 o'clock up in Otisville.
The D3 Raiders being in Otisville tonight. Port Jervis with some substitutional changes right now. Out onto the field for the Raiders is Damian Moore. Xavier Coffin will be in the backfield for the Raiders. Coach Hendry calling for a huddle now. He wants to get everyone on the same page here. Mighty Mite action as the Raiders hosting the Washingtonville Wizards. Everyone's having fun today. This is what it's all about, developmental football. As these kids, some of these young players have never even put a helmet on before this season. All of them having a lot of fun. Mighty Mite football, the coaches are on the field instructing the players, which is great, so they can learn good technique and where to line up and how to play. And that's exactly what's going on right now as the coaches are giving instructions to all the players. Lining up outside for Port Jervis right now, Paul Holenbeck. He's going to be the left end getting some coaching instruction. Port Jervis breaks the huddle now. In the backfield, Charlie Hendry at quarterback, along with Damian Moore. Damian Moore, the single back in the backfield. Lined out far right is Hunter Franek, number 89. He'll be the slot back. And far right, of course, is number 21, Xavier Coffin. So Hendry now gets a shot at quarterback. Charlie Hendry, number 15. Calls for the snap. Snap is over his head. And it's whistled dead upon snap. Boy, that was a pass play all the way.
Yeah.
As Port Jervis had Silas Decker wide open downfield. He was on his horse, and he was looking for the big pass. But the snap was over the head of Hendry, so unable to make the connection.
It bounced off his hand and then went over his shoulder.
It sure did. So second down now for Port Jervis Mighty Mites. As the Charlie Hendry quarterback experience is taking place in the backfield. Again, he's lined up back there with Damian Moore, single back in the backfield. Port Jervis linemen trying to figure out their footwork as well as where they need to put their hands. At this level, this is where you got to teach these guys the proper technique and how not to hold your defensive lineman on the snap. Mitchell Conklin, 55, lined up at left guard. He's doing that right now. Hendry takes the center snap himself, cuts to the outside right, cuts back off the green, picks up a 6 on the play before he's tackled by about 7 Washingtonville Wizards. Boy, Hendry's not that big out there, but boy, he runs hard.
He got knocked down at the 45-yard line.
Officially the 44, so we'll give him 6 on the carry. Second down now for Port Jervis. Xavier Coffin examining his left leg in the huddle as his shoe might be untied.
At least they know how to tie their shoes.
That's right. Most important, they're learning how to tie their shoes here. Great day for football here. A couple umbrellas now being put away as the rain may be off and on today, but overcast, keeping the temperatures low. Boy, it was a hot spell this week. In fact, it impacted practices. Practices were delayed and canceled due to the weather. So for some of these guys, now that it's nice and cool out, a lot more excitement about playing football. You know, when you're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, the last thing you want to do is put a helmet on when it's 90 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So 61 airtime temperature right now. Nobody's complaining about the weather here. Port Jervis now 2 backs in the backfield. Hendry still at quarterback. Xavier Coffin takes the outside snap. Oh, what a tackle on the play. Taken for a loss on the play. Xavier Coffin. Big hit by number 17. And that's Raphael Messner from Washingtonville. Big hit on the play. Loss on the play for Port Jervis. Port Jervis going more east to west on that. Then north to south. Thanks to all of our listeners who are listening in. Janine, I hear you. We're working on that. The audio sounding good. The video, we're going to come up with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And she's right. Perfect Port Jervis weather today for football. Maybe even taking a hike up on the trails. My good buddy Chip and I, we talk about the trails along with the Outdoor Club Port Jervis president Mike Ward. We're going to bring that back on Fridays. Join us this Friday for a live outdoor report. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Check me out, Tom Fagione, TomFagione. Every Friday morning at 7, we'll give you the outdoor report, the trail report from the Outdoor Club of Port Jervis. In the backfield now for the Raiders, and that is Isaiah Green along with Paul Holenbach. Taking the snap, however, is, I think that's Hunter Franek, number 89. As he said, he barks out the signals. Xavier Coughlin split wide right, looking for the ball, and the snap goes to Franek. He takes it himself, off tackle. Nice blocks downfield. Decker with a nice block. Franek takes it to the 40. Oh, helmet to helmet hit. As Franek takes it just over the 40-yard line. Big hit on the play.
That was a pretty hard hit that he just got.
Sure was. Washingtonville player, a little bit slow to get up. The good thing about this age level is even with these big hits, most of these guys come away unscathed. To the sidelines for Washingtonville. That's number 53, Rich. Scared than anything. So he's to the sidelines right now to get a blow. Nice play by the young linebacker for Washingtonville. Yeah, he just took a little shot.
Yeah, it looks like to a chin or something.
Yeah, Hunter Franek with a nice run, though. He did what he was supposed to at the end. He put his shoulder down to get that extra yard. So nice play by Franek. To the sidelines is Sargente. He'll be spelled by Port Jervis is coming on the field now. Uh-oh, do I have him on my roster? We got a 12 on the field. Do we have a 12 on the roster?
Whoa.
Here we are, right down here. That's Cody Van Strander, all the way down at the bottom of my list. My big arm was covering it. Cody now takes to the field. He's in the huddle, getting the last of the instructions. Xavier Coughlin back there as well, along with Damian Moore. Port Jervis looking sharp in this Mighty Might action here. Second game of the season, first home opener for the Raiders. 3 games on tap today. Mighty Mites now, D1 and then D2. Lots of great football action here. We're going to be here all day, having a lot of fun. Coughlin breaks the huddle. He's far right. Charlie Hendry back at the quarterback position. He's offset by Moore. Destro number 6 is the center. Lopez, or check that, Torres and Conklin are the guards. And Van Strander to tackle.
They could run this touchdown down right now if they try hard.
No doubt about it. And, of course, everyone out there is trying very hard, having a lot of fun as well. Raiders call the snap. It's Hendry. Looks to throw a lateral. Throws to Coughlin. Oh, it's just out of the reach of Coughlin as he is unable to bring it down. Nice blocks downfield, including a big block by Paul Holenbeck. A big block downfield, but Coughlin unable to bring it in. So we'll bring up what we're going to call a third down for Port Jervis. There are no downs, but we got to put a number to it because that's what football is about. Raider action here. Mighty Mites having some fun against these Washingtonville Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Hendry to the huddle again, where you see Coach Hendry in the huddle, and you can see how tall Benjamin Rivera is. He's almost a helmet taller than all the other players on the team. And we saw him in the first half play the tight end position. Now he's in the backfield. Wonder if he's going to get a chance at quarterback. And that might just be the case. And there it is. Number 7 himself, Benjamin Rivera, was going to be quarterback, and I think he is.
In the backfield now for quarterback, number 7, Benjamin Rivera in the shotgun position.
So it's 6-7. As Mastro is the center, number 6, and Benjamin Rivera, number 7, the quarterback. He overlooks the defense. He's got a Moore split off to the right, Coughlin far out to the right. As he gets set to call the snap, looks over that Washingtonville defense. Washingtonville with a 4-4 defense. Rivera looks to throw. He chucks it far and high, and it is in the area of Xavier Coughlin. Pass just a little bit short on the play. Incomplete by the Raiders. It looks like it'll be a change of possession now as Washingtonville will get the ball back.
One of the Wizards almost caught that one.
Indeed, that was almost intercepted by the Washingtonville Wizards, and they come to the sidelines full of excitement as they get a chance now to get the ball back and go on offense. Port Jervis will showcase that defense. Defense very strong in the first half for Port Jervis as Washingtonville was unable to really move the ball at all. Both teams getting some instructions from their coaching staffs. And it's great to look on the sidelines and see these kids the water bottles are almost bigger than they are. All right, Port Jervis has their defense out there now, spearheaded by Brayson Renee, number 72. He's at the line of scrimmage. He's hungry. He's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
That Port Jervis defense looked real sharp in the first half.
Yeah.
Port Jervis Mighty Might action here. Home opener of the Raiders season. Great opening ceremonies this morning as all the teams assembled to celebrate this beautiful Field of Dreams at Harriet Space Park. A true gem. This field, one of the finest fields you'll see in all of Orange County football. This field not too long ago was nothing but a big cornfield. 8-foot grass, as District Attorney Dave Hoovler would say. And through his leadership and that of Kelly Decker, Lee Cornell, Gary Spears, and so many others developing this beautiful complex here. We want to thank the town of Deer Park for really putting efforts together to take this. A little bit of history on this. Harriet Space Park is Orange County property. It's the county oversees the property, and there is a agreement with the town of Deer Park. The town of Deer Park takes care of the property. And boy, you want to talk about taking care. This place is absolutely spectacular. State-of-the-art football field here. Baseball diamonds off to our right, including big-time baseball and Little League baseball, a big field house for those teams, as well as this brand-new press box here on the football field. Absolutely spectacular. As Port Jervis Mighty Mites get ready for action, defense out there as the Washingtonville Wizards are getting set. What you got, my friend?
I heard that we were thinking about getting lights up here so that we could have some soccer games at night.
Wow, that would be very ambitious, and it would be a great addition here. But little by little, this field continues to grow and gets to be more popular. I mean, look at how far we've come. This press box is really spectacular. Port Jervis on the defense right now as the Washingtonville Mighty Mites still in their huddle. Again, this is a developmental league, the Mighty Mites. So both teams kind of learning and feeling each other out here. Coach Jimmy Hendry giving high fives to his players on the defense as he aligns his guys in the right spot. Isaiah Green now playing the left cornerback. Out in front of him is Carter Campbell, number 22. Our man, the center, Mason Maestro, he's playing the linebacker position as he's moving himself. Campbell now being moved in just a little bit by the Raiders, offensive or defensive head coach. Raiders show a 4-man defensive front, cheating up 4 linebackers. So we'll call it a stacked 4-4. That's an official whistle on the play. Here, this is what youth football is all about. Somebody forgot to put their mouthpiece in. The referee says, make sure you get your mouthpiece in. All right, Washingtonville, single back in the backfield as they have 2 wideouts split to the left. Quarterback takes the snap, inside handoff. Oh, what a hit. Big hit on the play by Benjamin Rivera, stepping up. Short gain for Washingtonville. And Rivera just showcasing his talents on both sides of the ball. And what a tackle by Benjamin Rivera. How about that hit?
That was a pretty good hit as he started to get down near the 50 or 55-yard line. He got knocked down.
That's right. We'll call it the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
No 55-yard line. We're not in Canada. Second down now for Washingtonville. As the Port Jervis defense, they're hungry. They don't need a huddle. They're all ready to go. They broke the huddle, and they are all lined up. 4-man defensive front. Backed by 4 linebackers. How about Campbell, the outside backer, cheating in? He wants to get some action. He's ready to go. Jason Kamar, defensive coordinator or defensive coaching specialist, aligning Isaiah Green out wide left, getting him in the right position as well. This Raider defense really shutting down this Washington offense. Washingtonville having trouble getting things started. Port Jervis ready to go.
My cousin's on Mighty Mites right now.
All right. And who's your cousin?
Brayson Renee.
Brayson Renee, 72 at the line. Big hit. Wow, pass kicks out wide to the left. Nice tackle on the play by number 16, Landon Snyder for the Raiders. Big open field tackle, shoestring tackle made. as a first pass completion for the afternoon for Washingtonville. They're going to move the ball to the Port Jervis 40-yard line. So Washingtonville able to advance up the field on a beautiful pass play. Nice tackle by the Raider defense.
And my other cousin is a cheerleader. That she is right in that corner behind us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, a lot of my family plays football.
Well, football is a great family sport. Mighty Might action here at Harriet Space Park as the Port Jervis Raiders hosting Washingtonville Wizards. Great day for football here. Beautiful weather, surrounded by so many great Raider fans. We have some young players from D1 and D2 in the press box, along with former Raider superstar Alex Hess. He's calling the play-by-play actions on the PA. And Otto Banghart holding the camera for Coach Hendry. It's a real team event up here.
Thanks to Travis, we got all this radio stuff, speakers up.
That's right. Handoff deep now to Washingtonville. Tackle on the play made by Jones and Rivera. We want to give a big shout out to our Mighty Mike cheerleaders as well. And we're going to run down their names. Jamie Jimenez, Natalie DeLellis, Kira Erickson, Ava Holmberg, Aurora Holt, Jalen Martinez, Cadence Moore, Michaela Riker, Katie Roberts, Alana Skank, Madeline Schouten, Olivia Schneider, Aubrey Springstead, Alonda Terwilliger, Isabella Valentine, and Emmeline De Jesus. They are all under the great coaching and care of Danielle Dame. We want to thank those ladies for being out there and cheering on their Mighty Might Raiders. And without them, there would be nobody to give them the boost and encouragement they need. So it's always great to have the cheerleaders supporting the boys. We'll call it a first down at about 6 right now for Washingtonville. Ball at the Port Jervis 34-yard line. Washingtonville seems to be getting things put together in the second half. Big run downfield. Tackle made by Isaiah Green, 84 for the Raiders. And a short gain for Washingtonville. Right, we're going to call it third down now for Washingtonville, as the Wizards are putting a couple of plays together in sequence here. They're starting to look real sharp. Port defense is going to have to step up a little bit. All right, Washingtonville breaks the huddle. Port defense is set to go. Boy, Benjamin Rivera out there making some big hits on the defense. I got to tell you, this guy, he's something else. And Brayson Renee, 72. If I'm the Washingtonville Wizard, I break the huddle and I see Renee there. I want to go the other way. He's a big boy out there. Charlie Hendry lining up now to left defensive end position for the Raiders. All right, Washingtonville with the wishbone offense in the backfield. The split back deep set. Quarterback keeps it himself, takes it to the left. Big deep to the outside. A great tackle on the play made by Nicholas Lopez and Justin Jones. Those guys are everywhere, both offensively and defensively, with some big hits out there. Washingtonville, though, moving the ball upfield. Brings up a second down now. Ball marked at the 24-yard line of Port Jervis. Port Jervis now making some substitutions. Coming in on the play, Nicholas Sargente along with George Torres and Xavier Cawthon. Raiders making some of those key changes to combat the success this Washingtonville Wizards team has had on this last series. We'll call it a first down at the Port Jervis 24-yard line. As we mentioned, Mighty Might football, there really isn't a down as teams get a set amount of plays. I think they get 10 or 15 plays before they switch up to offense. And that's a good, or switch to the other side. It's a good way for these players to learn. Breaking the huddle for Washingtonville. I think that's number 25, but no 25 on my roster. Nope, check that. There we are. Mason Fitzgerald, starting quarterback, takes the snap, doesn't want to take the snap. Ball's laying on the ground loose, and it'll be whistled dead. George Torres with the first hit at the line of scrimmage. Torres, he's a big little guy out there. Nice hit on the play. He scales in officially at 76 pounds. Nice hit. Made the ball come loose. Bring up another down for Washingtonville. Ball marked at the 24-yard line. This is a new experiment for us. We're broadcasting youth football live here on the internet. We're also simultaneously recording this. And the reason I mention that is because moms and dads that are here, maybe not able to listen, we're going to make that recording available to you. So you'll be able to listen to this at home tonight. Maybe when you're having a pizza and enjoying some dinner, you can listen to our broadcast. You like it, let us know. If you got some tips or suggestions, we're always open to that as well. Washingtonville breaks the huddle. Raider Mighty Mites on defense. Ball marked at the Port Jervis 24-yard line. Moms and dads from Washingtonville giving that extra encouragement from the sidelines, cheering on their team. Quarterback takes the ball outside right. Got some blocks downfield. Oh, big block on the inside. Flag on the play. And it's Xavier Green on the play as well. Justin Jones with the hit to finish things off. Flag on the play. Flag at about the 23-yard line. Looks like that was an interior lineman, maybe with a hold on the play. So they're going to call that play back. Nice hit by Jones and Green on the outside for the Raiders. And look at Cawthon. He runs up to the referee, grabs the flag on the ground, and says, "Here you go, buddy. You can have that back." Penalty will be assessed against Washingtonville. They'll do the play over. A great day for football here. Washingtonville breaks the huddle. Wishbone offense. Fitzgerald still in the quarterback position.
Fitzgerald still under center for the Wizards.
Four-man front for Port Jervis. That defense has been hungry. Broken snap at the line of scrimmage. Washingtonville takes it to the outside. Boy, there's some daylight out there, but look at Jones converge on the play. What a hit. Once again, Justin Jones all over the place for the Raiders. Huge open field tackle. Preserve what could have been the first Washingtonville touchdown today. And Jones really making an impact both offensively and defensively. One of the stellar players out there on the field. Washingtonville trying to capitalize by going outside to get away from the inside of that very stingy Port Jervis defense. Ball going to be marked at the 17-yard line. Washingtonville still in possession of the ball. Port Jervis wants to continue to preserve the shutout as Washingtonville unable to get into the end zone so far this morning. We're live here at Harriet Space Park in Huguenot, New York, celebrating the home opener of Port Jervis youth football. So glad to be with you. I'm Tom Fagione and having a lot of fun. My broadcast partner, usually Kevin Halpany, can't make it today. His nephew's playing football elsewhere. We'll talk about that later. Maybe we'll even recap some of last night's activities as Port Jervis varsity took it on the chin against Spackenkill at Gwinnett Field last night. Washingtonville takes the ball. Snap goes far left. Port Jervis's defense collapses quickly on it. Great open field tackle made. I believe that was Charlie Hendry on the play.
It looked like number 16.
Check that. You're right. It was Landon Snyder, 16, with the big hit. Open field tackle. Compliments to the Port Jervis coaching staff for teaching these young guys the skill and technique to make the open field tackle.
There goes D1 to go practice over there.
The D1 team will be up next as they will be taking the field shortly. Port Jervis Mighty Mites on the field right now. Defense for the Raiders out there right now. Just saw a big hit by number 11 for the Raiders, Nicholas. No, check that. Justin Jones. Nicholas Lopez having a great game as well. He's lined up out there. We are at the 50-yard line here. Brand new press box. Port Jervis offset to our left right now. Washingtonville driving down the deepest they've had the ball in Port Jervis territory in this second half.
When my dad became president this year, he was thinking about, I want to build something. So they all came up with a plan and started building this.
And this press box is absolutely spectacular. We're going to thank so many people for making it happen. There are so many who made this happen. Port Jervis now on defense. Washingtonville trying to get one in here. Deep snap. Oh boy. It is Fitzgerald out to the right, and it is a touchdown for Washingtonville. Taken in by Mason Fitzgerald, number 25. I believe that's 25 for Washingtonville. Their first score of the afternoon. And the Washingtonville offense and moms and dads on the sidelines, very excited. Check that. It was number 26, and that's Jaden Marrero on the touchdown. Numbers hard to read. And Marrero's taking the ball to the sidelines. He's excited. Moms, dads, and everyone at the sidelines all excited for him as well.
Doesn't look like we're using a scoreboard today.
You know what? At this level, the scoreboard doesn't matter. It's about learning how to play football and having fun on the faces of these players. That Jaden Marrero scores that touchdown for Washingtonville. And that's going to do it here as the Mighty Mike game comes to a conclusion. Port Jervis Raiders versus the Washingtonville Wizards. What a fun game to call. What a fun game to be a part of. And all the Raiders now line it up at the 50-yard line. The Wizards as well, as they get set for the traditional handshake. Sportsmanship is key. And it's started at this earliest of levels. It's Coach Hendry leading his team at the 50-yard line. Helmets on, handshakes out. We want to thank both teams for a great game.
The first person that's gonna in line is number 6. Looks like.
Number 6 for Port Jervis. Of course, that's Mason Maestro, as he was both the center and linebacker for the Raiders. But hats off to both teams. That's going to do it for the Port Jervis Mighty Mites Raider football game, as they have their home opener here against the Washingtonville Wizards. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to get set up for D1 action, as the Port Jervis Raider D1 Raiders are going to take the field in just a little bit and take on the Washingtonville Wizards. You're listening to Port Jervis Youth Football here with Tom Fagione. Thank you guys for being part of our listener community.
We'll be back.